So welcome to the Healing You Method. I'm Gloria Lybecker, and I'm very delighted to get to introduce you to my good friend and colleague, Catherine Respress. I know Catherine because she has a business called Red Mare Enterprises, and she has been such a gem in my life. You may have seen some beautiful stuff on my website. We are in the process of getting more fine-tuned on that. But Catherine, she's my gal there. She's able to help me in places because I'm not very good at technology. And she understands me, and she's able to represent me in so many beautiful ways. She's also very gifted. Oh, she's very eclectic like me. That's probably why we get along so well. And yet I wanted to highlight her because she supports so many people in so many ways. And Catherine, could you just share a little bit with our viewers, a little bit about what you do?
Thank you so much, Gloria. I would love to. And it has been a joy serving you. You know, it's really been fun to watch your business evolve and to be part of that. And it's just really exciting. And also, you know, it has such a good feeling to it because I know the work you do is helping people in a significant way. And so I just, you know, I love that connection with you, that I can, you know, be there and help you in whatever capacity that you need. And that's kind of what I do for other businesses as well. Red Mare Enterprises has evolved itself over the years, but I find that I do a lot of like filling the gaps for equestrian businesses. And that really could mean anything from, you know, full business management for them to maybe just having a website design or a logo or an advertisement. And then also, you know, doing a fully customized marketing campaign. So, you know, really everything that I do is all about helping equestrian professionals focus on what they do best. I want to help them get back in the barn so that they can use their unique gifts to serve horses and make the world a better place for them, because that's very important to me. I'm a lifelong equestrian.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'd love to have you share a little bit around how did you get interested in horses? And why horses?
Well, it happened early on, you know, really before I can remember. So my parents said I was a very persistent toddler. and I think there was good reason for that. I had a grandfather who was an avid rider, and we had things like his medals around from show jumping. My parents had also renovated an actual barn, and so we I was born in a barn for real. You know, we had like brick floors and, you know, tack hooks and things like that around, and I heard these romantic stories from my father about his horse Sandy that he would take naps on, and, you know, things like that. So, you know, I always felt connected to horses, and I was definitely that child that, like, you know, driving by, you see a horse and I'd squeal pony, you know.
Yes.
But my mom tried to distract me with ballet, and that did not work.
Did not work.
Yeah, she said I was 2 years old, and I guess I had a ballet recital, and, you know, you're barely doing anything then. But afterwards, I walked up and I handed her my slippers, and I said, "Can I ride now?"
You were very direct. Yes, you knew what you wanted.
Yeah. So I'm fortunate that there was a pony breeding facility in the town where I was living at that time. And they had, oh my gosh, I mean, they had 20 stallions, you know, tons of foals and mares, and it was a really fun place for my parents to just drop me off and for me to play with horses and make friends and learn to ride at a young age. So at age 3 is when they let me start climbing on ponies there.
Wow.
I'm very lucky. Young. It was wonderful. So by 6, they were like handed me a sandwich and saying, "Have fun for the day." And I'd go out in the woods on like Firefly or Goblin, you know, some of the ponies that I rode regularly.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds magical. It really does. And how did that continue as you grew older and developed what you're doing in the world?
Yeah, well, you know, something that's interesting about my background is that I moved a lot. My stepfather was a Methodist minister, and so we had to pack up and move. You know, sometimes it was every year, sometimes it was every 2 years. And, you know, what's a little different is I actually really enjoyed it. I kind of got this experience of reinventing myself in every new location. And that also meant with my journey with horses. So I would find a new trainer, try a new discipline, meet all types of different horses. And so I've ridden many, many, many horses over my life at this point.
Wow.
And I have them to thank for
So,
a lot of lessons.
yeah. So what I'm hearing is you actually became very skilled at developing relationships of trust with not only horses, but people, and with many different types of focuses, so that you're very broad in your understanding. So no wonder you're able to do what you do so well.
I think that's accurate. And, it's funny. I never really connected that I was, good with people because of that. But for me, it was very clear with the horses. That was always where my focus was. Yeah. So it was like, the horses were just a wonderful place for me to spend time. And so, I was able to actually cultivate skills. I joked that later in my teens, I became a crash test dummy for a sales horse facility. And my job was to assess the horses coming in off the airplane and figure out what they knew. And it was all that moving and meeting new horses that allowed me to develop that skill. But, I realized that translates to people as well. So
yes,
I'm good
definitely.
at meeting people and assessing them quickly, and not in a reducing type of way, but, to build that rapport quickly. I feel comfortable with people very easily.
The key thing I heard you say is, what was the horse needing and what did they already know?
Yes.
So where are those gaps, just like what you said at the beginning?
Oh, that's
so
great.
You're able to actually recognize that when you're meeting a human, especially if you're supporting them with a horse, what are the gaps to bridge that trust that's needed for them to be able to have a solid relationship? That's beautiful.
I love it. So I really do come to every relationship with this sense of service. I love helping. It's such a satisfying feeling to me to be that helper. And so I really take a lot of enjoyment in the tasks that I do for my clients, and watching their businesses grow and blossom. And now that I say that, I always think about the horses in my life as and I'm holding this beautiful bouquet and watching each bloom blossom. And that's sort of how I treat my clients as well.
Oh, I can attest to that. That is very true. So would you share with our listeners a little bit more around your model of training the trainer?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got into coaching more because of my product, the Equestrian Journal. I created a product that, really combines my experience being a trainer with, my graphic design business. And so this is a guided journal that I use, and I journaled myself all along the way. And so I know the power of journaling. I know how helpful it was to me.
Yes.
And how it helped me to, identify patterns and develop my awareness and to bond with my horse in a really meaningful way. And now that I'm in my third year with the Equestrian Journal, I realized that there's an opportunity for me to help trainers implement journaling in their businesses, and that I could coach them to do that so that they can make a greater impact in their students' progression. And
absolutely.
It's been so powerful that, oh gosh, I feel a little emotional just talking about it, because I didn't actually expect it to do quite as much as it has. But, I should know that too, because I have felt the power of journaling, and I'm just delighted to be able to share that with people in a new way.
What I love about this piece, and I just want to take a pause for it and breathe into it, because what I'm hearing is you have, unbeknownst to yourself even, you have actually taken your life lesson that has really helped to shape you into who you really are. And you're taking that as the gift to others. And through the process of that experience, you're recognizing the power of it. Yeah. It's practicing something that's really life-serving, modeling that, and then nurturing that in others. And then nurturing them to nurture that in others. So those are those ripples that are moving out. Yeah.
Exactly. Geez. Yeah, it's been a really rewarding feeling. And, I don't always take a step back and look at what's happening and think about it in these terms, but I love what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it's really powerful.
It is.
Super powerful.
It is. And because that's, helping horses is my is a core value in my business. So, you know, it's like, oh, she's just a graphic designer. It's like, no, it's more to me than that. You know, it's
Absolutely.
Anything that I can do that helps others and then thereby helps horses.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's that relationship again.
I'm in the right place then. I know that I'm
Yeah.
doing the right things and I'm in the right place. And so I operate by that.
So what are some of the things that trainers come to you with, that they present with, that they're needing support around?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, there's so many things, first of all, so I'll try to, you know, pick a few that we can talk about in this conversation.
Okay.
And I know, you know, trainers can get frustrated with their clients. And that's something that they don't feel like they have a safe place to talk about those frustrations.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you voice that to a friend. That friend might be a competitor, or they might not understand. And so there's some conflicting feelings that can come up when you're just trying to express how you're, you know, experiencing your business. And, you know, it's natural. We all have frustrations from time to time. But
absolutely.
We can make lessons out of them, or we can dig a hole with them.
Yes, we can. We can have a looping pattern with them. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that trainers can experience burnout, and in my, you know, world, in my community of horses right now, there is a light being shown on mental health issues with trainers. But that's looking at a big picture. You know, there are roads that lead to that too, that we that we can serve them and help them. So when a trainer comes to me with frustrations, first of all, I can hear them. You know, I'm a safe place for them to talk about what's going on. Second of all, I'm a problem solver, you know, so I really enjoy helping someone change their perspective or reframe a frustration that they might be feeling and see the opportunity in it, as opposed to wallowing in despair, you know, which we've all been there. It's no fun.
Absolutely. So I'm hearing that you're really empathetic with them, and that you really resonate and understand with how it is to be experiencing what they're experiencing. So rather than judging them or making them wrong, that you really listen with your heart. And then you're able to really step into maybe a few strategies that might be supportive when they're ready to hear that.
That's right. And that's the nice thing about the coaching context, is that someone comes to me when they're ready, you know. So we're setting the stage for that, so that they feel they know that this is the opportunity to talk those things through. And you know, I mean, it's always going to be different for every single person. So it's not just a canned response that I'm giving them, you know. It's really hearing, like you said, and having that empathy for their experience. And I'm grateful for the skills that I have, so that I am able to hear them and understand that, you know, what they're bringing to the conversation when we do talk in a coaching call.
Yeah, I find that really to be key. It sounds to me that you're very gifted at actually receiving consent from them to go to certain places that may feel tender or uncomfortable. And then when they have the experience of being heard, that they can start to relax and reveal more of what they're really needing. Yeah. And that you're available then to support them in that way.
Yeah. I don't want to deny anyone a breakthrough. So, you know,
of course not.
So, you know, whether it's helping ask the questions to get them to that realization,
there you go,
or, you know, simply presenting them with a new way of looking at something, you know, it's a lot of fun for me to be part of that evolution, is how I see it.
Absolutely. So it sounds like there's a lot of benefits that they do receive by finding a place that they have trust, where they're able to kind of unpack whatever their problem is in order to step into some new possibilities.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And that could be, you know, interpersonal relationships in the barn, or it could be business related. So, you know, whatever that problem is, I can pop on another hat and and help them out.
Yeah. So you're really flexible. I really enjoy that flexibility to adapt to whatever the situation may bring up in the moment.
That's right. That's right. And that's a lifelong experience that I've, you know, we've already identified that I'm so fortunate that my life has led me to this. And that
Yeah.
makes it easy. I haven't had to force this. It's just become over the course of my business growing.
Yeah. So what do you see some of your next steps are going to be, Catherine?
Yeah, well, what I'm doing with the journal is I'm creating these partnerships. So trainers who are interested in getting the benefits of journaling in their business can partner with me, and they can actually sell journals. They can provide, coaching to their students on journaling. And I teach them how to do that. So it's all, included in what we're doing with the partnerships. They actually get even a coaching handbook that they can use. And, there's quite a lot of little moving parts to it, but it's all meant to support them so that they can make a greater impact in their students' progression. So I'm really focused on that right now. And I had a great little pop-up Facebook group that I did last December all about the partnership program. And, I had so much fun doing it that I think I'm going to revive that Facebook group and try to help trainers in a more general sense too. So you don't have to be a partner to join the group, but you might find that that's interesting to you once you've been in the group for a period of time.
Maybe to cultivate more awareness that this is a possibility that is available.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Making yourself more available.
That's right. Yep. I'm just trying to reach more people and let them know that I'm here to help.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Is there anything else that you'd like to get to share with our viewers today that you'd like to highlight?
Well, I hope that people will check out, some of what I'm doing. And I'd love to have conversations with anybody who has any questions or might be interested in ways that I can serve you in your business or help you with journaling. So,
Well, would you share, how can people reach you then? Can you share that information?
Sure, absolutely. I have two websites right now. One is redmareenterprises.com. So REDMARE Enterprises with an S on the end.com, and then theequestrianjournal.com. So you can find out more about what I'm doing there and how, those various programs or services might be able to help you and your clients in your business. So yeah, that's that.
Do you have a way that they can contact you to have a conversation?
Absolutely.
On your website?
Yeah, in both websites there is links there to set up a meeting for a consultation, and we can chat about both things. You don't have to worry about which one you sign up on, but either website will do. Yeah. But
lovely.
Add me to your calendar. I'd love to chat.
That would be lovely. So please, everyone, reach out. I highly recommend Catherine. She's been a godsend in my life and very inspirational too. When I've gotten stuck on different points, I've been able to reach out to her and do a little brainstorming. And it's so nice to know that we're not alone in the world, that we do have resources where we can reach out. So thank you, Catherine, for being willing to be on my show today. And I've just look forward to the next time we get to chat.
Yes, me too, Gloria. This has been really fun.
Okay, thanks.
Take care.